Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. I lost money today, and it could have been a lot worse, but also could have been better. I think in trading today, I realized I'm a little bit of a puss, and I really need to just stick to whatever my targets are. Um, because, yeah, I got shook out twice, basically. Well, we'll just go through it. Mogo was the first trade I took. It was gapping up pre-market. I saw overhead resistance at 2.7. But took my first short at looks like one at 2 or no. Yeah, 2 at 2. Covered some at 1.7. I should have got out my whole position here because it was like close to 1 ATR, but I didn't. Got out some of it. Um, let's see, 1 ATR at 2 was what, 23 cents, but I was on the 3 minute. So let's see here. It was 25 cents, so 75 I should have got out, but I didn't, thinking it would come lower. Um, got out of like 20% of the position, started grinding up again. I added 2 ATRs higher. I saw resistance here at 2.7 overhead, but it just broke out of it. I mean, it was just kind of this slow grind up action, which is just not fun. Um, so yeah, so this was when I covered my first open. So here the stop loss was here. Then I opened this position, risking, let's say we're risking 3 ATRs. It's 2.8, so what does that make it? 5, 6, then 8, 4. Yeah, I would have got. I think I got stopped out for that one too. And then I should have fired a third bullet like I'm supposed to at the next sort of leg up, and that would have made back a good chunk. But I didn't fire the third bullet and was playing a little chicken, scared it was gonna keep going higher, and didn't want it to be a crazy loss. Ended up taking $129 loss. Um, and yeah, I should have been a little bit not scared. I think um, things would have ended better. So if I was in this second entry, I would have gotten stopped out somewhere here. But then looking to add at like say 365, basically wherever I get stopped out, adding for the third time when I see resistance, um, would have been good. And I anticipate it would have been here, like at 358. And at this point, risking 2 ATRs is, let's see, it's like 4.3, and I'm hoping to make 2 ATRs, which is $3 a share, and it gets there. So, um, yeah, looking at I would have been out. Let's see, 320 would have made 250, maybe a little more. I would have made a little more because of this profit taking here. But instead of $130 loss, it probably would have been like a $60 or $50 loss. Um, so yeah, that was MOGO. Next we have Wint. Wint was a solid trade. I just should have been more patient. So this one's spiking up. Did that 1, 2, 3 action. Covered here for my first one. My first entry here reached 4 ATRs. I covered. I added into this one for my third entry. So this one I played like how I should have. But I moved my orders up because of this big buying. I was scared it was going to break out higher. And I should have just left it where it was. So made $95 on this one and should have made probably like 110. I was major chicken today. Um, so yeah. Let's see. Do I go previous trade or no? Okay, yeah, previous. Okay, ATXG. This one was so good, but I sold so early. God, it was perfect, but I sold so early, man. After this huge red candle, I sold because it hit my profit target. But how many times do you guys see these bounce when it's just selling off like crazy? Like it collapsed half the move. I need to hold this instead of selling all of it. Um, so yeah, $37 on this could have been like a $70 winner, but stuck to my plan overall. I just really wish I would have held because that's one where I'm comfortable holding. DAIC, this one I got a win and then took a loss. I was like trying to play the volatility for this one. So when I was seeing resistance, I was trying to do like a short scalp. I saw resistance at above 10. I took a short for a quick scalp, got filled basically immediately. And then I saw resistance above 12, but it started coming higher. So I went to like 12.4 and I got stopped out. But same thing, I was risking like 40 cents again. I one would have played out if I held, but yeah, I was like not liking it because this isn't typically like the kind of stock I'll trade, being above $10. So these like when they're volatile, like up like 100% or whatever, they just jump around pretty crazy. But I definitely should have looked at like another entry here after this big red candle, because volume tops out here. This is like a fake breakout. Playing the double top or playing the breakout short is really good. So should have done that, but I didn't. Yeah, I mean overall you'll see in today's trades they're kind of like sad because I chickened out of a lot of them. And then this one, my short was fine at 106, but it just chopped for like 30 minutes and I was sick of this shit. Like I had my order at 9.8, it dips to 9, let's see here. It dipped to 9.9. And I'm like, what the fuck? It just bounced back up and then broke out. With higher volume, but it didn't reach an ATR higher or two ATRs higher where I wanted to add. It was, let's see. So at this point, we're talking 5 cents at 106. So 116 is where I would have liked to add. It didn't reach there. And yeah, I mean, my target was at 9.8, but it kept chopping above 1. So I just got out like a puss. I should have just moved my stop loss and then targeted that because we just kept getting shorted above 1.1. There wasn't really showing strength and breakout potential. So $10 here, but should have made 37.50. What we see here. So a little sad. And then VOR. This one is also just fucking pissing me off, dude. I was so mad. Like, come on, are you serious? What the fuck? Yeah. So, 5 cents. I'm in at 169. 15 cents should be like kind of where I add. So 185. So I'm like holding this until 185 to get out. But I just take it out here because it was just slow grinding up. And then, of course, it reaches 1.8 and then dumps and hits my profit target. So it's fucking stupid. Today was stupid. I was so chicken today. But yeah, we ended today minus $25. So like I'm updating my hotkeys, okay? I'm doing 1, 2, 3 3 to 1 risk reward for entry 1, and then 2.5 1.5 risk reward for entry 2, and then 2 to 2 entry 3, because that's like typically when the reversals will happen if I'm reading it right. So if I'm wrong on all 3 in a row, I'm risking $570. If I am right, I'm making $40, $120, and $250. And the good thing about that is on the third entry, I'll make up a good portion of the losses if I get stopped out of entry 1 and 2. And if we look today, the only situation where I would get stopped out of entry 1 and 2 is Mogo. and then entry 3 would have paid. So this would have been a lower loss than it should have been. Everything else would have hit profit target. Went was a good example of like how these should go for me. And then my hard stop should be that 570. That I'm okay with like risking. Um, yeah, I just gotta get like if it works out like quickly and there's no like buying action, I need to just hold those. And if they're like in an uptrend, like getting out for the quick scalps are completely fine. Um, but yeah, that was trade recap for today. I'm gonna update these hotkeys, so we'll be in good shape for tomorrow. I'm just gonna stick to this plan. The only annoying thing is pre-market because they don't like execute automatically. I tweaked my ATR a little bit to be a 5 exponential moving average instead of 3 because I feel like 3 was too sensitive and I wasn't able to take the risk that I would necessarily want to. I think 5 makes more sense. Um, so yeah, that was it for today. Uh, minus $25 today. Um, which is like fine. I mean, I would have been green if I just stuck to my shit, but it's fine. There was like a lot of entries I missed today as well. And those would have paid. So I think this works. It's just a matter of sticking to it and not updating much. Like I think I'm fine with having tighter stops if the stock tops out. But but yeah, it's like as soon as like my trade idea is invalidated, I need to just cut that. So Moga was a good example of like, oops. Moga was a good example of cutting um, my first entry at the right time. And then cutting my second entry was fine, but I needed to fire for a third entry. This 3.6, I accidentally bought at 3.6, which is what is going on here. So that red triangle is in a short. I accidentally bought and then I sold the position. Um, so yeah, this one like third bullet and then I'm in the green. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. I'll try not to be a pussy tomorrow, and I'm gonna update my hotkeys now, so we're ready. And yeah, peace.